headed to empowering youth through creative games, and this is through Children of the Night. And I have a sneaking suspicion that something exciting is going to happen this time. The last two ones about this have been pretty uneventful, so here comes something exciting now. Being that this is again with Children of the Night, I'm not going to have any footage inside of the actual event. However, I'm going to get a little creative this week. Instead of just me talking, I'm going to go into depth of some of the things that I didn't get to put in my other videos, the stuff that wasn't associated with my community service, but just stuff I've had fun here in California. So if there's ever just like a random jump to a video or something like that, oh yeah! So I'm not going to introduce what's going on, but it's going to be a lot more fun. Well, definitely a lot harder getting down than it was coming up. Feel free to let me know if you like it or not. All the activities that we did were really cool. It was like an hour and a half straight of like improv games and just basically making a fool of ourselves and living in that moment of just ridiculousness and really enjoying being a part of that little family we had, and just laughing with each other and not at each other was probably the most important thing to do, because I think a lot of our goals were even to do things that didn't make any sense. As always, all the activities were focused around having fun, because it was all about just enjoying that moment and with people that you were happy to be around. And that was really cool, taking that all in and understanding that we were all so focused in on the moment. It didn't matter anything that happened in the past or anything that's going to happen in the future, but just right now. I'm definitely seeing a transition from many of the people that are interacting on a daily, weekly basis. And this transition is through their confidence. They're not worried about judgment, they're not worried about what other people think of them when they're doing these silly activities. They're just focused on enjoying it and having fun and focusing on the future and not the past. So it's really cool seeing them develop and furthering our relationships and enjoying being a part of it, not just as a volunteer but as friends.
Oh, okay. No, I can't.
Had a little bit too much fun on the monkey bars today. And one of the takeaways I had from today's experience was that you can't really take life too seriously. You will never get out of it alive. So this is important to remember whenever you look at a situation and you decide whether or not you want to partake in it. A lot of the activities we did were really fun, but if you didn't have an open attitude and you didn't have a focus on just having fun with your life, then it would have been probably perceived as really boring. One example of this was there was two different groups of girls that we were working with. One which were excited about the activities, they wanted to participate, and they just wanted to live in the moment and have a good time. And the other group wasn't really interested, and therefore they didn't have a lot of fun. They just kind of sat there and watched, and they just kind of talked to themselves. Eventually they came in and had a great time. So if you're worried about judgment, if you're worried about what people think about you or how you'll be perceived, then you're wasting your time. Just go out and enjoy it, and if other people don't enjoy it with you, then so be it, but at least you did. And this kind of brings me to my second point, which is live in the moment. Whenever you do this, you're able to see things how they really are. You're able to see things, the excitement that's actually happening, instead of worrying about the future, the past, because the present is really the only thing that you have. The past and future are just concepts. They're not really real. You can't touch them. But right now, you can touch. You can feel everything that's going around you, and if you don't live in that moment, it's going to slip away from you and you'll never get that back ever again. The last takeaway from today is surround yourself with people that you care about, people who you trust, people who have your back, people who are willing to do crazy and weird stuff, because they make life so much better. And I realized during these activities, during this whole hour and a half of activities straight, that it would be boring if we didn't have exciting people, if we didn't have people who were open to just having a good time and enjoying the moment. So whenever you don't have people surround around you that you enjoy being with, then the first two factors don't really matter. And this is really because whenever you have people you enjoy around you, it makes for such a better life. You're able to embrace those moments and just live in the moment. So it's all about taking those three together and just being around people that you care about and people who are willing to get crazy and enjoy each one of these experiences. Because as I mentioned, you aren't ever going to get them back. And if you take advantage of the moments, you don't need a second opportunity. But if you don't take advantage of them, then you might never get that opportunity.
Seems legit.
I also want to thank Cornell Nichols for being a part of my community service today. Your support means so much to me. Well, I guess that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. Federico. And other bird I don't know the name of. Living with an exotic bird is just about the same as living with Toucan Sam. It sounds awesome in theory until you realize when you bite into it, it's just cereal.